Hi everyone, thanks for joining us. This is our review of 23Zero Walkabout 72, which is a king-size rooftop tent. We'll show the real-time setup and takedown of the tent and share our experience. Full disclosure, this is the only rooftop tent we've ever had, so we would love to hear your experience with other tents and how they compare. This is an all-season tent, and you can add options such as an insulated liner, an annex, and even lights. Okay, so here's our 23Zero tent, which we've been mostly happy with, but there are a few things about it that we don't completely like.
Most of that is relevant to our age.
A lot of it is relevant to our age. So we're going to show the setup, the complete setup, which is pretty easy, and we don't really have too many problems with that. And then we'll show how we put it away as well. Okay, so the first step is to undo these straps here, which I have to get on a ladder to do, but Tim can reach them. So this is probably the one part of setting up that is difficult, because the Velcro and the D-rings are sometimes, I'm trying to do this one-handed, but they're sometimes really difficult to get undone. Even two-handed. Tim's kind of struggling over there. And I would say as far as setup goes, that's probably the hardest part. And before I completely undo this one, we twist two of the straps, the front one and the furthest back one, because it helps stop the vibration. When you're going down the road with them flat, they tend to vibrate and make some noise. But we found that if we twist it like that, then it doesn't make that noise so much.
And that works for ratchet straps on loads and everything like that for those of you that carry on flatbed trailers and stuff.
So undo those. Then probably the second hardest part of setting the tent up is this zipper situation down here. So there is a zipper, that's the end. It starts on the other end over here. So I'll let you grab that zipper. And so this is the cover, the waterproof cover. And it's attached in a track down here at the bottom. So it gets unzipped all the way around. And then when we get here, this is the problem. How do we get it from over there to over here?
Hi!
So we've come up with a solution, which is we have a wire, a piece of wire, and it's actually attached to our ladder here, so that it's handy when we need it, that we hook. Whoop, thought I had it.
Oh, my eye!
So you can see, little fidgety here. And that is how we undo the zipper. Okay, so next, and we usually just leave this hanging. Let me get down so you can see. So there is a track that is slid into here. And you can slide it off, fold it up, and put it away. But we usually just leave it hanging. Okay, so once the waterproof cover is back, you still have more D-rings that you have to undo. So let me see if I can show those. So there's two in the front here and two in the back. And yeah, again, the D-rings are, I think, probably what makes things difficult. If there was some other way to secure it.
Every time we do it,
It's because of the D-ring and the Velcro, like the combination of the two.
There's something with popping the D-ring. I can never remember until we're doing it.
Like how to make it. Oh, wait, I think I got it there. There we go. So yeah, there's probably some trick to that in the couple years we've had the tent, we haven't figured out yet either. And then we're ready. We've got to, got to undo that D-ring. So Tim's got to get up on the tailgate here and undo that D-ring, which we don't really find that this strap is totally necessary. Like the ladder's under the cover, it's not going anywhere. So sometimes we do it, sometimes we don't. But then you extend the ladder and you use the ladder. Wait, let me get down. You use the ladder for leverage. Okay. Okay. And you have to be careful to do this carefully. Adjust the ladder. We always do it from the top down. And you want to try to get it not necessarily 90 degrees, but close to 90 degrees.
I never get it right.
Yeah, it's there. That's pretty. That was pretty good. You know, and so on level ground and things like that sometimes make it a little bit difficult. So we splurged on these little rung covers. They weren't very expensive at all. And they help a little bit. Like in bare feet, they're still a little hard on your feet. And again, maybe that's our age. It makes that true. But they're a little bit rough. So the cushions do help a little bit. And I usually take my shoes off as I'm getting up into the tent here anyway, so that I'm not tracking dirt into the tent. Okay, so the next part then is setting up this rain fly here. Too hard. Okay, so then there is the entry to the tent here that you have to pull out. There's Velcro straps. We already undid those that hold the rod. And you just extend it out until it's taut, and then latch this little latch here. So same thing on the other side. And then you're ready to set up the inside of the tent. So I usually roll the screen up and secure it. There is a door that I have rolled up there. I usually leave it rolled up when we roll up the tent. So then you have to get up inside here. You can see the mattress usually unfolds with the tent. It's like Velcroed to the floor. So that's really nice. So when you unfold it, 9 times out of 10, it'll unfold with the tent itself. So really dark in here. We have several lights. I have a headlamp on. We have another light in the corner to show the inside here. But it's really dark in here. What is it called?
Light suppression technology.
Light suppression technology. I can never remember what it's called. So it is like 2 in the afternoon, and without the lights on, it is dark in here. Let me see if I can turn my light off here real quick. Oh, no. There we go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's with the lights off. It is dark.
It's good sleeping.
So let me get the light back on. There we go. So then you have to crawl in here. And so this is my part of the setup here. Oh, hang on while I crawl up in here. And we have a waffle that mattress cover that we unfold just to add a little extra padding. Oh.
For our old bones.
Yeah, so then you have to grab these rods here. So this rod is a snow load rod. Oh, hang on, let me get spun around here. So I crawl in and grab those and then spin around, and there is a pocket. So this can be a little tricky too, especially with one hand. So there's a pocket, there it is, that lets you put that through, and then it snaps. Push, oh, keep pushing. There we go, snaps onto there. And then same thing on this end, it snaps onto this one, and you put it tight. So we've discovered, another thing we've discovered though, is not to leave this down this way, because then when you're crawling backwards out of the tent onto the ladder, you scrape your back on this. So we usually put it on the other way so that this is up. I mean, there's plenty of play there, you know, that there's not really a problem with it that we see. So then the last part is the rods here.
These are for the awnings over the windows.
So they're spring tension awnings. Let me get down here and we'll go ahead and show on the end window how those work. So here's what it looks like all set up.
Well, not all.
Not all set up because we didn't undo the windows. So there are poles that go in here to hold the rain flaps over the windows open on that side. And then this big one on the back comes out, and there's one on the front by the truck that we hardly ever open because there's not very much room between the front of it and the truck.
Because we kept the rack low.
Yeah.
So when the tent is on it, it's not above the cab of the truck.
Right.
Adding wind resistance.
Right. So here's the view from the front of the truck.
Here's the rain fly that can come off completely.
Yeah.
Just
We've never taken
6,
it
8,
off
10
though.
buckles.
Yeah, we didn't think
snap
it
it
was worth the trouble of taking it off.
Or the risk of, it could rain.
It could rain in the middle of the night.
Reason.
And we've discovered though that even with it on, if we open those moon roofs inside, we get extra ventilation that way. So we do get like a little bit of a breeze under the rain fly coming in through those windows. Okay, so now that we're down, so these are the rain flies over the window. So the rods hook in these little D-rings, and then you can see again, there's another little slot and there's a dimple in there.
Hole through the frame.
That the end of it goes in. And it kind of pops out like this. And when we first got it, I'm like, that's not gonna work. How does that work? But it does. The tension of the rod, you know, you get it seated in that hole the right way.
The holes are angled.
Yeah.
That's what you got to remember. The holes are angled.
Yeah. And so it can be like, until you understand how they work, it can be a little tricky to get them in there. But so there's one on each side. We usually don't put out the one by the cab of the truck because there's not a lot of room. Occasionally we do. We like tie one corner of it off and then the rod fits on the other corner. And then there's a big one back here. So this whole back flap opens up. And you can see there's holes for rods.
The rain fly
comes out, ties off,
yeah.
And then you can roll up. So usually we use the rods to hold the rain fly out, and then we just roll up this inner window. Yeah, so that just rolls up, and then we get like full ventilation through there. Okay, so now I'm back up in the tent again. So we've got that window open. We've got this window open. We didn't open the one here by the truck because, like I said, that one we often leave shut. And then we have the front door here. So the other thing that we like about this tent is that it has these two moon roof kind of things here. So I'm going to open just this front one to kind of show you. Here, lay down. So it's got a screen, and then it's got the fabric cover, and then the rain fly. So if you take the rain fly off, you have a view to the sky. So you can roll up this cover here and then close the screen back up, and you can sleep and look out at the stars. And there's one on this side and one on the other side. So with those open, you get complete ventilation and you can sleep looking up at the stars. And we've discovered, even with the rain fly on, that you still get like extra ventilation, you know, from around the tent here. So one of the things we really like, and I actually like to just leave like a corner of this open because I like to wake up with the sun, and this is a you know, total darkness kind of tent, but I like to know when the sun is coming up. So I often leave just a little corner open on my side to wake me up in the morning. Tim hates it when I leave the corner open. Okay, so this is what it looks like all set up. We're ready to take it down. First step is to take the rods out of the rain flies, of course.
Remember, they're under spring tension and don't get walloped by them.
Yeah, we've gotten smacked a couple times because we weren't anticipating the spring back. from them. So yeah, you do have to be careful.
That will cause some language.
Cause some language, yep. So those go back in their little pouch here. So while Tim is doing that, I'm usually inside folding up the waffle mattress. Oh, so let me climb back up here again. Ooh, dark in here again, because now we've dropped the, grab a light here. So we fold up the waffle mattress, but this can stay. It'll fold up with the tent itself. So again, it's Velcroed to the bottom of the tent. So when you fold it up, it does a really good job of just folding in half. You can see, I didn't show you when we were setting it up, there's several pockets. There's like pockets everywhere. So there's, get the light over there. So there's a pocket right there, pocket right there. There's another one up there, and same thing on the other side. So there's quite a few pockets. So once he gets the rods out and put back in their case, he hands those up to me. And between those, and then I take this one down. While he's doing that, I usually take this snow rod down, shorten it all the way, lock it back shut, pop it loose from up there, and they get tossed back to the middle of the tent there. Kind of right. Thank you. So I'm going to have to get up there and straighten them out. But I put them right in the middle where the mattress folds, you know, so they're not poking a hole in anything. So let me get up there and straighten those out, and then we'll fold up the tent. Okay, so I got those in place now, so you can see I just kind of wedge them right there in the crease where the mattress is going to fold. And then I go ahead and zip up the screen here. I usually leave it open a little bit at the bottom. Air can escape through it as we're folding it up, but I don't know, it makes me feel better, I guess, to leave it open a little. So then you undo these. So I usually do that from the ladder. And we start pushing them in. Push them all the way down and fold this up. Oh, let me get down here. And there are little Velcro straps to like strap it to the tent so that when you fold this over, it doesn't flop open. Okay, so this is the part about this tent
that stresses a marriage.
That stresses a marriage. Folding it, folding it up, and getting like all of the little flaps and stuff tucked in is what we struggle with the most. And it seems like there should be a way, I don't know, like bungees on the inside maybe. We've seen a few tents that have that kind of thing that like pulls the sides in. We're not sure. We don't know what the solution is, but this is the part that's hard.
We're trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So I'm going to set, let's see, I'm going to try setting the camera on top of the truck so that you can kind of see what we're struggling with. So Tim has to lift the ladder and flip it over. Yeah, so don't do it all the way up yet. So you can see how it's starting to fold accordion kind of over itself. But so while you're doing that, you got to be tucking the fabric in. So hang on just a second, and you got to do it on both sides. So this is the problem. You have to do it all the way around. So you can see how it's starting to bunch out right here. And over here, look how it's starting to bunch out. So like you almost need like four people, one on each side, to be able to do it. So let me set this up on the truck, and then we'll go ahead and do it. Okay, hang on, let me get this part folded in.
Ready?
Okay.
Turn over. I can't control it after it starts going to
No, I know. Yeah.
vertical.
Okay, so now you need to get on the tailgate so we can get this last part folded in. So even though we have the awning strapped to the tent, it still always wants to hold up the rest of the tent like this. We gotta get it folded in still to get it to go down. Okay, so are we ready?
No.
Well, I just mean for me to get up so I can
not. The real trick is don't be pushing down on it when somebody else's hand is in it.
That's true. Okay, so I have to climb up here and we have to lift like all the way from the bottom and start pushing these in. Let the next little section down. Until we feel like we have it tucked in enough that we're going to be able to get the cover on it. Okay.
The cover gives you a decent amount of play, but
Yeah.
you still gotta.
So then I usually climb up on top of it like this, and we strap it. So we redo these D-rings and pull them tight and Velcro them.
The only reason she doesn't let me get up on top is because she knows I'll lay down and take a nap.
Are you feeling like people might ask, why is she up there?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, us women are just as capable.
No, it's because I'd lay down and take a nap.
Yeah. You probably would. You're right.
Y'all heard that. She agreed with me.
Okay, so I got both of those done. You got yours done, or you need me to crawl down there?
Yep, I got mine done. I'm just pulling all the flappage.
Yep.
Straighten all that out.
Yeah, I say let me grab the camera and I'll show that. Oh, I don't want to crawl on top of the truck though. So sometimes if we leave like some blankets, so we don't leave a ton of stuff in there, but we do sometimes leave sheets and maybe a blanket. Then I have to really...
Sometimes a headlamp.
Sometimes a headlamp or other things we've forgotten. Shoe, yeah, socks. But then sometimes I have to crawl, like to really squish it down. And I usually wait for Tim to come and help me get off the top here.
Yes, dear.
To come and hold the ladder.
My chivalry is sweating.
Yep. Just to make sure I don't hurt myself.
I got the ladder.
Okay, got it? Okay. Okay, so once we have the sides tucked in, there are these flaps on the side that you can kind of fold down and fold up to keep it out of the way when you're trying to put the cover on. But you can kind of see here. So, you know, it's not horrible. It's not like it's that difficult to do. It takes some practice. And I think we've gotten pretty good at it. But it's a little bit more climbing around than we're really comfortable doing. Especially at our age, you know, so we can do it, but it may not be the safest for us to be doing. So then you got to collapse the ladder, and Tim's trying to do it himself. I usually do it while I'm still on top of the tent, because that's a little bit easier.
My arms aren't long enough.
No, you're going to need the ladder. So let me get down off the ladder here. Okay, so now we got the ladder up and we put the strap back over it and tighten it down. We've actually found that strap is kind of good when it's when the tent is open for hanging like towels from and stuff. That's more what we use it for.
Clothesline.
Yeah, you know, so I don't know if its intention is to like secure the ladder. We'd have to go back and look at videos from when we first got it about how to set it up. But, you know, again, it doesn't seem to really do or be necessary to secure the ladder. But it's great for hanging stuff from. Okay, so then the next step, so we got the D-rings, the straps and the D-rings done. Everything tucked in, so the next step is the ring cover here. So that has to get flipped over and pulled down.
And it's formed so it
Yeah.
falls right onto it after we get it over it.
I'll let you pull this other corner down and then I'll show the zipper again. I'll get this straightened out. Give me a second. Okay, so gotta get all the wrinkles out of it. Can you get it over there and reach it?
Okay. Get a grip on it.
Yeah, so you gotta have it like straight and make sure you got all the corners. It's not a super tight fit.
It gives you place to leave a blanket and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So then you gotta get this zipper started again. So hang on, let me set this up. See if I can show this here. Let's see, is that showing where we're at? Yep. Okay, so then, make sure we got everything tucked in here. Oops, put something out. So where is my zipper? Okay, so here is the zipper on the cover and the zipper on the bottom of the tent. So you do have to get this threaded all the way in there. And the, ooh, that was easy. Whoops, hang on, I'm bumping the camera. So then we got to get it hooked. And again, use our little hook to pull it across. And around. Good job. That was, we did that good that time. So you got to be careful going around the corners. We did get the zipper bound up one time. And we actually got it bound up right here between the tent and the truck. And there were a lot of colorful language. There was a lot of special words said trying to get that undone. So once he gets that zipped all the way around, then it does have these corners where you tighten down a little bit more. Kind of secure it. So he gets that end part of the zipper like all tucked in there and secures the Velcro. So then the last step is the straps.
Now we play catch.
Now we play catch. Okay. So, and we do twist this first one here. Again, trying to do this one-handed. Oh, let me keep it in the frame there. And he usually has to, oh, that one went pretty good. He usually has to come and pull these tighter for me, like I can get them started. But sometimes I don't quite have the hand strength to pull it very tight.
Did you remember to twist it?
I did. So yeah, we find that like you don't have to twist both of them for some reason. It's the front one. Okay. Yep, I'll let you get that one.
I think this one you don't have to twist it because it's right by the ladder.
Maybe
so
it's tighter.
it's not over a flat surface. I don't know. Somebody smarter than me can tell me why.
Yeah, you pull the Velcro really tight there. So just got to do that one. And then it's done. Let me get down off the ladder. And here's our little hook.
Cover's really nice. It's rubberized.
Yeah.
So we've had it beaten down rain.
2, 3, yeah.
Splashed with mud.
Okay, so final review. Would we buy it again? Probably. So there's a couple reasons I say that. First, we didn't really need this big of a tent, so we would probably go with something smaller. We're also interested in the hard shell tents, so we think that those may be a little bit easier to close. But we don't know, so we would love some comments and feedback on that. We have made a change to our camping gear since our last trip. You may have caught a glimpse of it in the background, and we'll be putting out a video about that next week. We hope you'll join us next Sunday for the big reveal.